feel great. You know, I've been working a lot, trying to keep being in shape. You know, getting in better shape than I was obviously last year. You know, dealing with an injury, so you know I feel good.
What type of difference do you just notice? The nuances of just being out there? Anything specific that you really can feel a difference compared to last year?
Just the burst. You know, just getting out my breaks and all that. And I was dealing with hamstring. You know that take a lot out of you. You know, and it take a long time to heal. And I was just trying to battle through that. But now, since I got a full, offseason, I just feel great. I feel explosive and all that. So.
Marshon, did you ever feel like yourself even when you were playing last year?
Not really. Not really. I feel a little timid. Just not like physically, like, not mentally like timid, but I could tell in my game when I watch film, I could tell how I'm stepping. You know, I look timid, in my game. And now, just being out there for these past 2 days, I feel way better than I did last year.
Was it frustrating for you to be in a new spot and not feel like yourself? Did you feel like you had to press?
Yeah, because I just wanted to prove that, they made the right decision, obviously. So I just wanted to get out there and show what I can do. But, I was hurt, but I don't want to make excuses. So I was out there, so I was out there. If I was good enough to play, I can be evaluated on that. So, it is what it is. I just want to get out there this year, show what I can do.
Did you do anything different in training to try to avoid some of the injuries you've had in the past as you get set for this year?
Yeah, I just wanted more like explosive work, just more like not doing like free weights. I didn't really get in the weight room too much as far as like heavy lifting. Like I've been in the weight room, but just not heavy lifting. I just want to get out there and be explosive. That's more what I've been working on.
At what point in the offseason did you really start to feel like yourself and feel like you could trust your leg again?
When I really got back into it, from just resting, letting my body rest and then getting back into it, I felt like myself.
Before the team signed Harris, did you talk to Will at all?
Yeah, of course. Of course. Man, he's just a talent, you know what I'm saying? He's a physical player, definitely. He's going to set the tone for the defense. And, of course I talked to him. I was in New Orleans with him. We spoke, of course.
What's your early impression of Trey Amos?
He got technique. His technique is there. From right now, what I see as far as his technique, he look complete. He a rookie and it's early, but, throughout the season, I just feel like he's going to keep that up and get better as the season goes. And I'm excited to see, how he turn out.
Cool. Good seeing you, Marshon. Thanks, man.
Dorance,
You want him to step up? Yeah, step up a little. Yeah.
Dorance, today we got over 100 high school coaches that are out here. The Commanders giving back to the community. Why is that important for the team to have that impression on the community?
I mean, we're guys who made this dream a dream for a long time, and for the coaches to come out here and be able to learn from our coaches and learn from us to go back to the youth and give them all that game, that's major because those kids want to be here one day too.
What do you think about your kind of edge rushing group? Obviously, you lose Fowler. What do you think about this group going into 2025 here?
I mean, guys coming here to work. I know like you said, we lost the pieces, but just guys coming here and work, be able to show what they can do and fill in the pieces.
George, Dan was saying that you guys in this front seven have spent a lot of time together doing stuff maybe more than last year. How can that help on the field?
I mean, I'm not gonna say we didn't trust each other, but I think we got a little bit more time to get on the same page than we did last year. I think that was the main thing. The more time we have to learn the system that we're gonna be playing, the better we can be off.
And how can that? One of the big emphasis stopping the run a little bit better than last year. How can that help that?
I mean, if you can't stop the run, you can't win games. So that's our big focus this year is to be able to stop the run a lot better than what we did last year.
Last year was a new setting for you coming here. How much more comfortable do you feel here in year two, and how do you feel out there right now?
Honestly, it wasn't nothing different for me other than location. It's the same system that I've been in. So honestly, nothing much for real.
Hey, Dorance, do you all feel defensively that you left a lot on the field that you can be so much better this year?
No doubt. When it comes to a run-in pass from a lot of players, but that's where we just develop our skill set of making tackles and stuff like that. It's little stuff, little details.
Good. All right, thanks, Dorance.
Thanks,
for sure.
Appreciate your time, man.
Good to see y'all.
Oh, Reba, yeah. Natalie's there for you. Oh, she is? I didn't even see her walk in.
All right, Jack, you got this.
Appreciate it.
How you doing, Austin?
What's up, y'all?
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Obviously, you had some scary situations last year with the concussions, and it's just tough to deal with, obviously. But now you're kind of clean slate, another year in Washington. How are you feeling, kind of physically, and going into this new year?
Yeah, it's a blessing to be able to make a full recovery from especially a head injury. So I had 2 last year and went and saw a lot of professionals to figure out, okay, what's some potential long-term things with my example, and felt really good coming back for the playoffs, and have made a full recovery, stayed healthy ever since then, and we're looking forward to year 9 now. Kind of wild.
To that point, year 9, what continues to motivate you? That constant hunger you have. What is it? How do you do that?
Yeah, I think just it's human nature to want to continue to progress in your craft, and if you find something that you're passionate about, if you're fortunate enough to have that as your job, it really continues to feed that fire. And I'm in a fortunate position, very blessed to be in a position where I can come out here and play football and entertain the world on the football field. And so it's been awesome to continue to push, and I'll now getting as an older guy to help the younger guys also come along and find the best version of themselves and hopefully make an impact as well. And so putting all of that together really makes it exciting, especially being out here in DC. Just the culture around football out here is truly incredible. Being out in the town and stuff like that, always taking pictures, things like that. Like, I love it because that's so special to have the community involved, because we all really truly feel like we're together out here.
Speaking of the youth and speaking of the community, we had over 100 high school coaches that were
Yeah.
out here today. What does that mean as the Commanders continue to give back?
Yeah, I think it's awesome when organizations that have so much influence put themselves in a position to also encourage others, show others their way as well. Especially with DQ. If you're a coach, I would highly recommend trying to get 5 minutes of DQ's time just to see his philosophy, how he pushes the team, and how he coaches brotherhood. Because I really truly believe that it helps you bring more out of your guys than you can actually coach. You can actually coach the fundamentals, but you can't coach the chemistry that helps make it kind of gel together on the field.
Personally, what is your message to the youth?
Hey, continue to find what your passion and continue to make the most of the opportunity. But it all starts with finding what you think is fun. When I started playing football, it was something that was fun for me, and you continue to grow and push yourself into it, and then it became a job eventually. But it started, as something that was, for fun in the beginning.
How much does having that continuity with all the offensive coaches coming back help a group take a step from year 1 to year 2?
Yeah, great question. I was talking to Jaden about this, actually. We were talking about how having the same offense back to back, and how it doesn't necessarily slow the game down, but mentally you're able to process a little bit more, so you're able to keep more on your plate. And so it gives the kind of a confidence in yourself that where you're supposed to be, the steps. Still got get the younger guys and the new guys up to speed, but it's a lot easier to get a few guys in the whole squad.
Hey, Austin, Coach Lynn talked about the running back room, and you talked about some of the younger guys. Could you talk a little bit about that? Because he said you all really have a lot of talent there.
Yeah, absolutely. We have 8 guys in the running back room. This is the most I've ever had, and so it's competitive. But what I love most about this group, it kind of comes down from DQ's philosophy, but just continue the brotherhood. And for myself, I've always been an advocate of helping the young guys. Like, my message is, you're trying to compete and take my job, and it's my job to hold my job. We want it to be competitive because it pushes everyone. That's what it continues to keep that fire that I was just talking about burning within us. And so we're out here encouraging each other out here, continue to compete. High fives. Hopefully everyone makes plays and stays healthy, because it takes a village to push this thing forward into the season. We play a lot of running backs here last year, so whatever crew we have going out there on the field, it has to be able to make an impact.
What does Debo
Yep.
bring to this offense?
Yeah, Debo's been awesome. I haven't been able to work with Debo before on the field. I've worked with him off the field a little bit, and so him coming to the team and seeing him on film, I think it's been awesome seeing clips of him, just how he hustles. Like, he's going for it. Like, when it's time to go, that's one thing about Debo. It's all out, clearing out, whether he's got to clear out, whether he's getting the ball or whether he's not. And so it's been really cool to have him